All right, let's dive right into one of philosophy's most electrifying and, honestly, pretty controversial ideas. It comes from Nietzsche's Thus Spoke Zarathustra, and it's this. Sometimes, to create something new, you've got to be willing to destroy what came before. So, really think about that for a second. To build something truly new, do you have to destroy first? I mean, this is the question that drives Zarathustra's entire mission. And it's not just about, art or buildings. He's talking about the very foundation of our values. He's basically asking us to look at the rule books we've been handed down and ask a tough question. Are these still working for us? Or is it time to just clear the whole board? Okay, first up, the ancient heavy tablets. So, to really get why Zarathustra is so fired up about destruction, we have to understand what he was fighting against. And what he was fighting against were these old tablets of morality. The ancient, heavy as stone laws that have been running the show for centuries. So Zarathustra called this traditional morality the ancient bargain. And think of it like this. It's a deal where you're told, hey, just be quiet, suffer patiently through this life, deny all your earthly desires, and don't worry, you'll get this amazing reward in a heavenly afterlife. But Zarathustra looked at that deal and said, no way. He thought it was a total raw deal, something that just sucks all the passion and purpose out of the only life we know for sure that we have. And he had a name for these promises of an afterlife: metaphysical phantoms. It's a great phrase, right? He saw them as these beautiful, shimmering illusions that pull all our attention toward a world that, well, might not even exist. And the real danger in that, he thought, is that it teaches us to devalue the real world. Suddenly, the earth, our bodies, our actual struggles and joys, they all become less important. It's like this life is just a waiting room for the real show to start. And this is where it all leads. These old values, they basically give us a choice. On one side, you've got the last man. This is the person who just wants comfort and security. No risks, no big challenges, just safety. And in the process, they become small. But then there's the other path, self-overcoming. This is about embracing the hard stuff, the dangerous striving. It's about choosing growth over safety every single time, because you're aiming to create something beyond who you are right now. Okay, section 2, a mandate for change. So when Zarathustra looks around and sees a world that's perfectly happy with that stagnant comfort of the last man, he has this realization. Just thinking differently isn't going to cut it. Nope. It's time for a radical call to action. It's time for a destructive resolution. He basically comes to this conclusion. You can't build a beautiful new house on top of a rotten foundation. It just won't work. Before any new, life-affirming values can ever hope to take root, you have to clear the ground first. So his primary task, his main mission, becomes demolition. We're talking about the psychological and spiritual destruction of all those old, life-denying rules. All right, part 3, destruction as a creative act. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds a lot like senseless violence or just pure nihilism, right? But for Zarathustra, it's the exact opposite. Destruction is actually the first step in the creative process. It's a necessary, powerful act of making way for something new to grow. He's guided by this idea he calls the spirit of becoming. And what that means, really, is that everything is always in motion, always changing. So creation and destruction, they aren't opposites, not at all. They're two sides of the same coin, part of the same cycle. I mean, think about it. You can't get a new, vibrant forest without the old one burning down first to clear the way. And this isn't just random smashing either. It's actually a strategic 3-step process. Step 1, you target the phantoms. You identify those illusions, those values that are actually weakening life. Step 2, you smash the tablets. You have to actively break those ancient laws. And then step 3, by doing that, you create tension. You generate the kind of chaos that is absolutely required for new creation to happen. It's like tilling the soil before you plant new seeds. So here's the crucial takeaway. Smashing the tablets, in this view, is not a moment of despair or giving up. It's what he calls a glorious, self-willed destruction. It's an act of choosing life, of affirming your own power to create meaning. It's you actively making space for yourself and for your culture to finally grow. Okay, on to part 4, forging the Earth's meaning. So you might be asking, what's the end game here? What's the point of all this destruction? What is Zarathustra actually trying to build in its place? Well, the ultimate goal is to restore what he calls the meaning of Earth. And the meaning of Earth, Well, it's a complete 180 from that ancient bargain we talked about. It flips the whole script. Instead of looking for your value in some promised afterlife, the challenge is to find all of your meaning, all your purpose, all your joy, right here, right now, in this world, in your own struggles and your own triumphs. It's a radical, all-in affirmation of the here and now. So what does this philosophy actually look like in practice? Well, first, it's about embracing the terrifying beauty of what is here. The good, the bad, the painful, the joyful, all of it, not some promise of what's next. Second, it's about seeing humanity not as some finished product, but as a bridge. We're on our way to something greater. And finally, it says that the ultimate value in life isn't found in playing it safe. It's found in having the guts to risk everything, even total failure, what he calls the downgoing, all for the chance to create. And that brings us to our final section, the call for creators. Because as Zarathustra starts on this massive project, he has this really profound realization. He can't do it alone. This is not a one-person job. Smashing an entire world of old values and building a new one, yeah, you're going to need some help. You're going to need comrades. And let's be clear, he is not looking for a passive herd of followers who will just blindly obey him. No, he's searching for fellow creators. He wants active partners in crime, people who share his fire, who get the mission, and who are ready and willing to sharpen their sickles and get to work harvesting a new future. So what do these companions do? Well, they're more than just helpers. First, they're reapers, actively out there cutting down the old, dying values. They're also fellow travelers on the rope. I love that image, walking this incredibly dangerous path high above the abyss. And maybe most importantly, their job is to support each other, because when the old moral foundations start to crumble, the ground beneath your feet is going to shake a lot. And this right here is a huge shift for Zarathustra as a character. He transitions. He goes from being this lone prophet trying to preach to the masses to becoming a strategic creator. His new mission isn't to save everyone anymore. It's to find and empower those few, rare, brave individuals who are actually ready for this challenge, the ones who are ready to create beyond themselves. And this whole philosophy really just crystallizes into this one powerful declaration. He's not here to give you a new set of tablets to replace the old ones, a new rule book to follow. No, he's offering something way harder, but also way more valuable. He's offering freedom and the chance to become the creator of your own meaning. And so Nietzsche, through Zarathustra, leaves us with this timeless and really personal challenge. This isn't just a question for philosophers in an ivory tower. It's a question for every single one of us. So take a look at your own life, at our society. What are the ancient bargains you've just sort of accepted without thinking? What inherited values or long-held beliefs might be making you small, holding you back from creating something truly new? Really ask yourself, what old tablets need smashing today?